I now recognize Ms. Fischbach.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, I just don't know where to start. So many of my colleagues have asked questions that you either can't or won't answer. And I have a lot of questions for my constituents. Over 500 questions came in directly from my constituents because I don't think they don't see you doing anything. They don't see anything, your department doing anything to stop the flow over the southern border. And I would love to ask you all those questions, but I only have 5 minutes. So I will start with one that you probably won't have an answer for. Similar to Mr. Shabbat, I would love to know how many immigrants have been relocated to Minnesota.
Congresswoman, I will provide data with respect to relocation to the best of my ability.
Well, and since you don't have it here, I am formally requesting it now that you send that to my office, and I would appreciate, and you know what, on behalf of Mr. Shabbat, I would ask for you to send that to his office or anyone else who would request that, because I think that's important for our constituents to know. One of my colleagues also asked about your plan to stop the flow of illegal crossings at the southern border. And do you have a real plan? I mean, do you have a plan where there's action, where you are going to be doing something to actually stop that flow?
Oh, most certainly, Congresswoman, and I published details about that plan 2 days ago, and those preparations have been in the works for months and months. And in fact, I set up a Southern Border Coordinating Center to bring together the resources of the Department of Homeland Security, and not only the resources of our department, but the resources of the federal government in the interagency.
And when do you expect that to? When do you expect that to take effect, so that we can see something happening at the southern border?
The implementation is well underway, Congresswoman.
So it's in effect, it's working? I mean, are you seeing actual results of that plan?
Congresswoman, we are, and we are continuing to build on the plan. It is an advancing and increasing effort on the part of not only the Department of Homeland Security, but the entire relevant federal government agencies.
And Mr. Secretary, I would love for you to put together a little something to the effect that we could see, you could tell us what's actually happening, if there's actual results. I would love to have that to my office.
Congresswoman,
so thank you so much for that, and I'll be looking forward to seeing that. But can you tell me, what do you think securing the border really means? I mean, what does that mean to you, securing the border? Stopping the flow, slowing it? What does that really mean?
Congresswoman, that means effectively applying the laws of our country and making sure that we are maximizing the impact of the resources that we have to secure the border. And I very much look forward to providing you with information about the results of our plan, and I'll give you a shining example of the results from our targeting.
Well, I look forward to getting that in writing. You know, we are very short on time, and I only have a few minutes, and but I do want to know, how does releasing illegal aliens into the U.S. secure the border? How does that fit in with the definition of securing the border?
Congresswoman, under our laws, individuals who make a claim for asylum have a right to vindicate their claims in immigration court proceedings.
All right. Well, I understand that you're not going to address what I'm asking because you're releasing them. I'm not talking about those necessarily asking for asylum. But it is my time, so I'm going to continue. And I just want you to know that some of those questions that I'm getting were asked here today, about how much are we spending on this, that you couldn't answer that one. Why are there no COVID protocols, and what are you really doing to secure the border?
Congresswoman, there are COVID.
Well, that was a question I had. I'm not asking it. I'm just telling you that was one of the questions I got. But I will follow up actually with your office because I do want, there's a lot of questions that we have. Really quick, I want to change courses right here because I got this morning. Recently, U.S. Customs and Border Protection made the decision to reduce hours at the port of entry in Lancaster, which is in my district. My office was told that the management engaged with stakeholders at the local, state, and federal level. The listed stakeholders were 2 local officials, the Democrat chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, who doesn't live in my state, and 1 Democrat senator from my state. As the Congresswoman who represents the communities that port is that is around the communities for that port, why was I not considered a stakeholder? Why were we not included at all? I mean, is there is there a reason why we weren't included in that discussion?
The gentlelady's time has expired.
asked
The
the
witness may
question.
answer the question.
Congresswoman, I'm not familiar with the engagement that was held, the invitations that were distributed, but I will look into it, and we will get back to your office with that
I would
information.
absolutely appreciate that. So I will be expecting a few letters. Thank you.
The